Hello, everyone. My name is Mallory Sorrellis, and today is April 6, 2025. Today, we're going to dive into training on creation of a staff profile and supervision plan. So, to begin, let's go over the overview and objectives of this training. This training is meant to be a comprehensive staff training for developing staff profiles and supervision plans for RBTs, BCABAs, and trainees. Our goal today will be to cover the staff profile template, the supervision plan template, an example staff profile, and example supervision plan. By covering all these topics, I'm hoping this will help provide with the essential skills required to assess your staff's competency levels that can then be used to create individualized supervision plans for each staff member. With the use of the supervision plan template, it will allow you to adapt your supervisory techniques based on each of your supervisory's needs. So let's start off with the staff profile template. We will break down this information one by one so you will have a better understanding of what information to include and why this information is important within their profile. The supporting template will be made available to you directly after this training. The top section within this profile is employee information. Within the employee information, you will identify the staff member's name, their role, so an RBT, BCABA, or trainee, their previous work experience, years of experience in ABA, and their certification number. Identifying and documenting previous work experience will allow you as a supervisor to have insight into the staff member's background and readiness to engage with clients. Additionally, detailing their years of experience in the field will help you to know where their depth of knowledge and behavioral interventions and practice lies, to know required support levels they might need. Having their certification number will be helpful to ensure that you can add them onto your BACB account and remain compliant with supervising your staff. The next section is previous clinical experience. So you will outline their experience with the age ranges they've worked with, service settings, maladaptive behaviors, teaching interventions, and any other pertinent clinical experience. This information will help you to know what support strategies might need to be put into place, as well as have a better understanding of where their current capabilities are. This will help to align this staff member with client needs effectively. The next section will outline the staff member's professional growth and training information. This section will detail the staff member's current certifications, the way they self-report they best receive feedback, and if this varies based on activity. Their self-report of their strength and areas needing improvement, what they're hoping to gain from the company, and any other professional needs they're hoping to improve upon. Identifying these areas will help you as a supervisor to create relevant professional development plans tailored to individual needs within their supervision plan. Lastly, there's a section for additional information about the staff member. This spot allows the supervisor to detail any information that did not fit in the other categories but is relevant to know. Through providing this information, it allows for a comprehensive view of the staff member's profile. Information here could be any personal interests or unique experiences that is helpful to know within their professional role. All right, let's do a quick knowledge check. So which of the following was not one of the areas found in employee information? Either employee name, age, years of experience in ABA, or certification number. If you said age, that's correct. It is not important to note the employee's age when developing their staff profile, as that's not relevant to how you'll be supervising them in the future. Now let's go over information that should be included within the supervision plan template. We will break down this information one by one, so you also have a better understanding of what to include and why this information is important. First, let's start with detailing more information about the staff member and their clinical plan. Within this section, you will record their name, role, your name, and the clients that they will be servicing in the clinical setting they will be servicing in. This information will allow you to compare to their staff profile to know if additional supports will need to be put into place based on the planned clients they'll be working with and if they have any experience working within these settings. Next, you'll detail if there are additional supervisors that this supervisee will be working with. Knowing if and when collaboration needs to occur is valuable information. Lastly, just note if they are in their master's program so that you can forward plan and what additional supports they might need if they are on that path. Next is a supervision techniques section. So this section will allow you as a supervisor to really think through the staff member's profile and how you plan to supervise this supervisee. You will need to plan this frequency of your supervision, the format of your supervision, how and why you are choosing this format, and evaluation of this plan. You will also need to begin to think through what levels of support this staff member might need to be successful in this role. The next section is going to be communication strategies. So in this section, you will compare their staff profile to determine what they reported that was the best way that they receive feedback and the method that you will then utilize. This will allow you to determine if and what adjustments to your feedback style might be made based on their profile. Next, you'll think through the frequency in which feedback will be given and your plan for when the supervisee has ongoing goals, including your follow-up plan on their performance goals. This next section is for you to create goals for your supervisee. This section will allow you to identify their first short-term goal that you would like accomplished within the next 3 to 6 months, based on the highest priority based on their profile. You'll do the same for their long-term goal that you would like accomplished within the next 6 to 12 months. All right, and then the next section is the staff member's professional growth. You will utilize their staff profile to create a plan to address their outlined professional needs they would like addressed. You'll then create a plan on how to address what they're hoping to gain from the company. Additionally, you will identify if there are additional professional growth opportunities they could benefit from, as well as any additional certification you feel like would be beneficial. Next, you'll think through the teaching strategies you'll utilize with them and any additional supports you feel like you might need to put into place to allow for their success. This could be support such as additional supervisors or trainings and so on that will allow them to better support their work within the field. This one also has additional information that does not fall into the other section. So this could be questions that you need to still think through, questions for your supervisor, concerns that you have, or just comments for yourself to come back to and reference. Now that we've gone through this, let's do another quick knowledge check. True or false? You cannot customize the supervision template to meet your needs. This is false. Please do customize this supervision template to best meet your needs. This is just a guide for you to utilize, but you really should adapt this to what works best for you and how you think you might utilize this in the future as a supervisor. So now let's go through a filled out staff profile so you have an example to reference and the type of information that I included within the use of this template. So here you will see a quick overview of an employee that I filled out the information for. So this is Billy Byers, who's an RBT. He's worked in childcare for 2 years and he has 10 years of experience of ABA, and then it lists his certification number. And then here's a quick clinical experience overview. So you're able to see how I filled this out and what information I included here. Feel free to pause and read through this if you would like to read it more thoroughly. From here, you can see an example of the professional growth and training details. So I really filled this information out with as much detail as I could provide so that you could see the clear level of the depth of information you might want to include. If you'd like to read through this, please also feel free to pause now. Next is additional information. So I just noted here that if he does work in the clinic-based setting, that he reported he would like some additional support because this is where he has the least experience. So this allows me to know that this is something that I might need to think through as I develop his supervision plan. So now let's go through an example supervision plan. So this example supervision plan was built directly based off of my example profile. So you will see that this is still about Billy Byers and that I'm the supervisor in this situation. So I detail the clients he's working with, what service settings, who I need to collaborate with, and that he's not enrolled in his master's program. I then think through the supervisor techniques that will be needed based off of that example profile. As I said before, please feel free to pause and read through this in more detail. I just wanted to be able to provide an example based on my staff member's profile. And then same for communication strategies. I really thought through the best communication strategies that would work for Billy based on his staff member profile. So feel free to pause and read through these as well. Goal setting, I did create 2 goals for him. I did not give an exact deadline, but knowing in my head that the short-term goal should be accomplished no later than 6 months from now, and that his long-term goal will be approximately a year from now. Professional growth. I then outlined my goals on his professional growth as well as what he reported on his staff profile, thinking through what might be needed for Billy. And then additional information, I just made it a note for myself that I need to think through the company's requirements for promotion to be a lead RBT/trainer so that I can make sure that Billy is actively working towards this goal and I can help him support him in this path. So now let's talk about best practice. So the use of the staff profile template should be utilized for each staff member that you plan to supervise. This will especially be helpful as you are newer to the field and can be a tool that can be modified or adapted as you gain more experience in supervision. So don't feel like you have to just utilize this template. You can adapt it to however it best fits your needs. And then same for the supervision plan template. This should always be utilized for best practice, irregardless of the years of experience in the field, to ensure all areas are being accounted for each of your supervisees within your supervision plan. However, this tool can also be modified or adapted to best fit your needs as you gain more and more experience in the field. So in conclusion, this training is really supposed to help you get started on creating that staff profile and really creating supervision plans for all of your supervisees. Please feel free to come back and reference this training at any point in time as you are filling out either a staff profile or supervision plan. The resources provided here will be invaluable to supervisors as they are creating these individualized staff profiles and matching their supervision plan to meet their unique and diverse needs. Feel free to go to this link to access all of the resources that I discussed in this training. So this will have your templates in the examples I went through today. And here's my contact information if you have any questions that come along in the future, you need help with anything, I am more than happy to help. Thanks so much, guys.